we're doing something a little bit different. I am doing a tier list of Limbus Company. We are doing a tier list of each of the sinners, including Dante, and what I currently feel about them. I have just finished Canto V. I just actually finished doing one of the first intervalos, and I've been having an absolute whale of a time. And my opinion of each sinner has changed dramatically as time has gone on. And now that I'm about halfway through basically doing all these cantos, I feel now is a really good point to give my opinion on where I am at. I feel like I've played enough of the game at this point to be giving some thoughts and views of how I've been considering everybody so far. So we're gonna get straight into it today. We are going to be doing it in no particular order. Let's just start with Dante, shall we? So we have Dante, the main character, clockhead, clockface, the general executive manager. Okay, that's who we're starting with. I'll be honest, I really like Dante as an MC. And there's a couple of reasons why. He's actually been a very consistent character throughout all the intervalos. He's been very consistent, and I like that everyone in this lineup has some sort of like fault to them in a certain way. And you know, the city is the city. It's this dark, dreary place. But Dante does seem to be a character in MC that's like kind of retrospective, and he can be silly too. Like we saw in Canto, which one is it? Canto 2, like Dante has a silly side also, but they're also able to be introspective, and they have empathy, and they care, and I think that helps the sinners, and they believe in people. And I think that it's a shining light. It's a shining light amongst all the dreary and darkness that goes on. So I actually genuinely really like that about Dante. Like in a lot of other circumstances, it might be a bit cliche. Like, oh, he's a cliche MC. But given the circumstances of the situation where everything around us is kind of like miserable, he has a lot of, or he, she, they, I refer to Dante as he, cry about it if that offends you. He still has the uplifting nature. And I think him being an amnesiac plays into that a lot. It's kind of easier to like have empathy and be a bit more light about things and see the best in things when you can't remember all the bad stuff. It's one of those, right? A lot of these people as sinners have gone through it. They've experienced the life in the city. It's hard to be happy and light and have those feelings once you know what really goes on. So I think it's actually a benefit to him of being an amnesiac to able to be this, you know, bit of a light, you know, a bit of a light in all this. And Dante's been a very, like, even from the very beginning, I've liked Dante. I also like the fact that Dante's not this overly strong character. Although I have a feeling that might change later on. Obviously, being able to bring people back from the dead is pretty strong, and he has clearly huge significance in the story and what's going on around us. But Dante isn't the win or lose maker in this instance, in most cases, right? Like, he has vulnerabilities. There's stakes for him. It's not that, oh, he's so strong, it doesn't matter if he's at risk. No, he needs other people to protect him, right? He's a glass cannon. Like, he can bring people back, but he needs other people to protect him. And I think that's really important. And the relationships and bonds that he forms with, like, all the other sinners, I think is just really cool. I think it's really nice, and it definitely, genuinely, like, I'll be real. When I first played Limbus, I'm like, this character design looks like shit. I'll be real. I was like, a clock for a head? Like, how am I supposed to relate to someone that has a clock for a head? Oh, Canto 3 moment, right? Like, how am I supposed to feel something for someone that has a clock head? I was like, this is gonna be dumb, bro. It's gonna be dumb. But like, it's okay. I've grown to like it. I've grown to appreciate it. You know, even though I would like to see a face, you know, expressions are important. It's quite unique. It's definitely quite unique. You know, Dante's Inferno gets honestly an S tier for me. I genuinely mean that. I legit think that Dante is an S tier character for me, and they have so many sides to them, and they have flaws too. Like, we just had this intervalo that I just went through of like, they agreed to do dumb shit, stuff that will get them in trouble. They're not perfect, and I really like that. And I genuinely think Dante is just such a cool MC, and they have their own speaking time and talking time. You know, W Clockhead, okay. W Clockhead, the woman of few words, but she need not speak much, because every time she does, everyone holds their breath. The acronym queen. The impression that I get from Ryoshu is that, like, if you want to pick one character to fight for you, it would be Ryoshu, right? I'm not saying that just because I use her insane ID, but I mean just everything about her screams precision, get that job done, like, fight, cut to the chase, get rid of them, right? Like, she's very cutthroat. She's extremely cutthroat. And I don't know much about her at this point. Like, she has quite actually a lot of presence in every like canto that I've done with her little quips here or there, but I haven't been able to like explore her much. I guess that will happen more as we get towards the canto. She's always a presence that's appreciated in these cantos, and she always has her little moments. That's the thing with Ryoshu that I like the way that she's been written to these cantos. They make sure to give her a moment that does. She doesn't speak much, but when she does, it stands out. And I kind of like her mentality of like, just chop, kill it, do it. Yeah, she has so much presence without actually having that much of it in the counters itself. And she's such a memorable character for me. But like I said, I don't know much about her, but I am curious. So I don't think I can rate her like S, because like I haven't gotten there yet. So I haven't gotten to that point of like figuring out more about her, but I really enjoy her presence. It's either a B or an A. It's either a B or an A. Like, I might move these around later. I might move this around, but I think I might put Ryoshu in like a B for now, which is still really high. By the way, I'm not ordering this from like I love and like a B or a C is like I hate them. That's not what it is at all. There is no character in this lineup that I hate. Okay, there's absolutely zero character that I hate. I'm just ranking based on like my journey with them so far and how I've come to understand them. I think it's impossible for me to rate Ryoshu an A or an S, considering, you know, I need more time. Don Quixote. I will say, when I first started playing Limbus, I was like, oh my god, Don's an S tier. Don's an S tier character, like, funny, silly, brings in an energy. I feel like the energy probably is like a massive trauma response. There's definitely something underneath the surface, and Don provides some of the silliest moments in all of the cantos, okay? Like, some of the absolute silliest in all of the cantos, and Don is a moment maker. 100% when it comes to Limbus. Don is like the character that like you could be in the middle of a situation and Don's presence or ideas or things that they do will instantly switch up what happens in the story. They are the moment maker. They are that is who they are. Bitch volleybird. And like, bro, the amount of ad-libs that Don comes up with and like silly quips that just get very memorable. Don is one of the most memorable lineups in all of the Sinners. That being said, bro, I went from loving them to being like, shut the fuck up. Sometimes I feel like Heathcliff. But like Don's that like annoying cousin, you know, that like you adore, but at the same time you're like, shut the fuck up. Shut up. You're getting us in trouble. Like, Don, if you speak again, you're gonna fuck us. And it happens. It's one of those, right? It's one of those. It's like you want to protect them, but it's also like, shut the fuck up. You fucking don't shit my fuck. It's like a love-hate thing. It's a love-hate thing. And it's like, if a character is able to like invoke that kind of feeling in me, right? Well, like 1 minute I adore them and they're silly, and the next minute I'm like, fuck you. I think that's really good writing. I think that's really good writing, like making me feel conflicted about them and adoring them at the same time. So honestly, I put Don in S for that reason, simply because like it's such a well-written character. They have so many make-do moments, and I like that a lot. I liked it a lot. Like, Don isn't like my favorites. This isn't an order of my favorites, by the way. I'm not ordering this based on favorites. I'm ordering it based on like how well I feel like they've been written, or how well I feel like they've been done in these cantos, I guess, is how I'm perceiving this now. Because I'm just going by favorites. This would be a different lineup, but going by like impact, I feel this is what I would go with so far. I can barely judge my Sinners. Everyone's like S tier for me. Yeah, that's why I think I'm going by like how well they've been delivered into the story so far at my current point in Canto V. Rodion, dude, I was so unsure about Rodion at first, but oh my goodness, she's become like one of my like personal favorites. Like, just some of the things that she says, sometimes her carefree attitude, sometimes there's just something about her that I really come to appreciate. And I actually really liked like Canto 2. Her presence in Canto 2 was awesome. And I think she's a very like complicated character, but at the same time, she has some of the best moments for me occasionally. I don't really have like too much to say it's one of those weird things. It's like, she provides like a different attitude than the rest of the sinners, right? She's quite incredible. It's one of those, like, her presence and attitude is like, it's always welcomed in writing. Like, something serious can be happening and she's like, "Aw, really?" Like, and I love that about her. I really do love that about her. She's able to like diffuse situations, and she's also able to make, like, she's also pretty smart when she wants to be, you know? And I feel like she does care too. And in her development, I feel like she really, you know, selfishness is like a big thing that was portrayed in Canto too. But I do think she truly does care about like other things and other people too. She really feels like the mother of the group sometimes. And I like her sassiness, but I like that she does have this care about her. So honestly, she's like an A for me. She's absolutely like an A for me. Like I very much enjoy her presence in the story. Every time she has something to say, I'm very much clued into what she does, and I like it. Ishmael! Obviously, I just did Canto V, so I have a bit of recency bias, I guess. I wasn't the biggest fan of Ishmael at the beginning. Like, Ishmael to me was a very so-so character. I didn't feel any particular strong weight about her. She seemed quite generic. To me, Ishmael always seemed quite the generic, like, smart, intelligent, can do, maybe a bit, you know, gets a bit antsy sometimes, but nothing really particular special. And then obviously I've played through Canto V, and my opinion has changed. Like, I think she had a lot of struggle, and I think she had one of the biggest character developments out of everyone so far, like, personally, right? Like, go through I think really she did. I think out of everyone so far, she has had, yeah, some of the biggest change of herself. But in saying that, just from like gut feeling, I still think she's like okay to me. I know that might annoy people or piss some people off. Like, I wouldn't rate her higher, but I feel it's really hard to put into words. It's so hard to put into words for me. You can't say that when you haven't experienced everyone's Canto. It's just the like third most trauma out of the sinners we know so far. She's gone through a lot, but for some reason I don't like connect with her, I guess, as like a personal thing. But I think she was written pretty well. I think because the themes of her Canto were so very like obvious of what they were trying to do with her, you know, all this feeling of obsession into one particular ideal. Funny enough, ideal, haha. Into ideal, and not wanting to mirror her captain and having to overcome that hatred and instead choose a different path. Is it a very obvious theme? So I don't think she's overly complicated at all. I think she's pretty, like, she underwent change. I think she's a very straightforward character. But I do appreciate that she's been, you know, we could see her changing over time. Like, especially at the beginning of the Canto, how aggressive she was and how anxious she was. I think it was written very well. But overall, just like personal feeling. Again, I don't know what this tier list is becoming. Like, some of this is like how I think they've been written is cool, and some of it is personal feeling. It's like both mixed together. If I'm going by like how they're written, I'd say like A, but how I feel puts them at the high B for me. I know that's gonna piss a lot of you off. I know it's gonna piss a lot of you off, but like that's just my personal feeling. This is the vibe check tier list. Yeah. This is a vibe check tier list. Like, but I think I love the Canto. The Canto's great. The Canto's great though. Yi-sang. Oh my god, bro. His Canto made me bawl my fucking eyes out, bro. I think that Canto was like the most emotionally deep and meaningful. Like Canto 4, I think, okay, here's my feeling. I think Canto 4 for me really hit because like, I think if it's a Canto that you really deep, and if you're able to really appreciate it and you're able to really deep it, it's heavy. Like, if you actually pay attention to what's being said and you actually read into what's going on and you feel what's trying to be felt, and you see from everyone, not just like Yi-sang and the sinners, but Dom Beck, right? Like everybody, you see everything from everyone else's perspectives. There's just so much about that Canto that was just like so moving and interesting. And I think Canto 4 is such an introspective like story that it made me really respect Yi-sang, because he has such a complicated like view. Because it's such a simple thing. It's such a simple thing of like, how could you be someone that's able to create something that gives people joy and happiness, and it can make you the happiest you've ever been? How do you live life afterwards? And your struggles with that. How do you live life afterwards and without your friends and the people that you worked with to make this thing? Like, again, like how do you find your wings again? I think was just such a beautiful metaphor. I think it was a beautiful metaphor, and I love it so much. I don't think it's an S for me, because I'm not rating cantos, but like Yi-sang is like a high A. The only thing I think to raise him is I want to see more of him out of his shell now. Like, we've seen hints of that. Like, now that like Yi-sang able to like find his wings in a way, I want to see more of him out of his shell a bit more, and to kind of showcase that a bit and have his moments a bit more. If so, A, S tier. But I think Yi-sang provides one of the iconic moments too. Like, all of these in the top 4 for me give like some of the most iconic like moments. That's kind of how I feel about Yi-sang. Faust, straight away, easy A. Even though I know fuck all about Faust, she's so intriguing. Every time Faust has a presence, it means something very important. Like Faust is kind of like the narrator. Faust knows everything almost, right? Like, Faust knows everything, kind of, and they're so important, integral to, like, this whole thing. Faust is that character that you have, like, she's the exposition giver, almost. She's, like, the narrator. When you're kind of stuck, Faust is usually the person to, like, push things along a little bit. Like, she can provide something to push things along. She gives context, she gives details. And I think that's just cool. That automatically makes her one of the most, I think, valued sinners out of everyone. Just because of like she's giving the correct exposition that you need. Yeah, she's a very probably the core member out of everyone here. Yeah. Faust is more of a guy than Vegeta, 100%. Faust is like it's almost like the narrator in a way, like the guide, the true guidance here. And they every time Faust speaks, it's important again. Every time. And I'll be real, I kind of like, to me, she's giving AI. I'm so convinced that Faust is an AI, like 100%, or like not totally human, or like has something else. Obviously, you know, the name being like Faust. Well, I guess we'll find out when we have a canto or whatever. And she's so intriguing, even though she hasn't had much to shine necessarily. I think they're always a welcome presence. I think they're always massively a welcome presence. So I feel like, how could I not put them at A? I think I'll put them above Rodion. Yeah, like in the A for me. Marisol, I don't know, man. I'm putting him in S. I don't even care, bro. Dude, I don't even care. Bro said, okay, listen. Bro had like 0 fucking presence, okay? Bro had 0 presence, but every time he speaks, it's like I just laugh, and I'm like, yep, that's Marisol. Like, first 3 cantos, it's like whatever. It's okay, whatever. I don't really care. He's kind of chopped a little bit, but then canto 4, the moment was like, we have to choose someone to like sneak in and go do this thing. Everyone's like, oh, Don will do it. Marisol was like, no, I'll go, because you can always rely on him. Or the fact that he's like, yeah, I go clubbing. I'm used to clubbing. I've been to parties. What do you mean? It's just so, it's like, of course he has. It's just, of course. I think it's just such an interesting character. W autism. Okay? He's just written so well. He's written so well that like you just, everyone could be like, that's a Marisol thing to say. Like, if you're able to do that, and be like, of course Marisol would say something like that. If that's how you think whenever you see him or read what he has to say, I think you've done a good job. I think everybody knows what kind of character Marisol is. Dependable, reliable, oddly silly sometimes, because like if Marisol in the club just makes me think of that one vibe does. No, exactly. And obviously Marisol from Marisol is someone who is indifferent to things. That's the whole thing. Some people might say autism, right? It's very autism coded, but Marisol is like, it's indifferent to emotion and feeling rather than like straight up like autism. It's a bit more complicated than that, I guess. So his canto is going to be very interesting when he comes out next. I'm kind of sad that I'm so far away from it, but he's instantly become like an S tier for me in terms of it's just Marisol. It's just Marisol, you know? He's it's just, I mean, how can I not? How can I not? Hong Lu. I'm sorry, guys. It's like a C tier. Hong Lu's basically non-fucking existent. At this current point, Hong Lu's barely said anything. No, guys, it's Canto 5. He's barely said anything or done anything. He doesn't have any in particular, like, crazy moments. He hasn't done anything noteworthy to me yet. He hasn't done anything iconic for me yet. I have nothing to say about him. But the thing is, I love his design. And when he does speak, I'm like, oh, that's cute. But like at this current point in Canto V, he hasn't said much. He hasn't had any like one moment on his own that really stand out-ish. He's not said or done anything of like particularly significance. Obviously, that might change the more I get to know him. Right? That this will change the more I get to know him. But as of right now, it's impossible for me to put him higher than a C. It's impossible. It's impossible. But this will probably change. He's just kind of there right now. And I love his design. And when I first played Limbus, I was like, oh, he might be my favorite. But like, he's very low on my list at the moment. Heathcliff! That's my fucking boy, bro. Number fucking one. That's my boy! That's my boy! Number one! He's the fucking best out of all of them, bro. He's the best out of all of them, bro. He's British, number one, obviously. He has so much presence in the story. Dude, even, like, he is such a glue of all of the sinners, I'm telling you. Like, his brashness pushes story. His brashness can cause like conflict between the whole group itself, so they all discuss. So like he's such a glue to these sinners, and I think that's so important. He has presence in every single canto that we've done. He has had notable lines. He's had notable screen time. I feel like the writers love this character. Like he's always there. He provides insane moments. Like I'm not saying because I'm biased, but I am also biased. But I genuinely, I feel like y'all will agree with me on this one though. That you'll agree with me. Like the writers love this character because he's in every canto so much. Like he's always there. He always has something to say. And like the conflicts that he creates because of his like short temper sometimes is just some of the more interesting things. Heathcliff, I think, is very key to tell stories about other people in the group, right? If Heathcliff creates conflict, you see how all the other characters and sinners interact with that. And you get to learn more about how the other sinners operates and their mindset because of the things that Heathcliff says or does, because he is so brash, right? And I think that's such a smart way of writing. So that's what he is. Like, he is very much a tool for us to learn about the other sinners, like, around him. And I think that's, again, really smart. So he's become a very key part. Yeah, he is very emotional. He can be angry, but he can also have a soft side and care too. And I just think he's fucking cool, bro. I genuinely just think he's so fucking cool. Would you call him a heart of the group? I don't know about the heart of the group, but I think he is absolutely pivotal in for us to understanding everybody else's mindset. Because he is the one with, he's the most loose cannon as well, I'd argue. I'd argue Heathcliff's also one of the most loose cannons, and that's how you tell stories. That's why I think Don's similar too. Don and Heathcliff are so important to tell the stories of the other sinners because they're so sporadic. Like Don with their high energy and Heathcliff with sometimes his aggression and, you know, hot-headedness. You're able to put good stories around that, and I think that shows a lot. Gregor! I love Gregor, man. Gregor is the dad of the group. He's smart, he's intelligent, he's calm, he's empathetic. He's just a good fucking dude. He's just a good fucking dude. And I feel like out of like every sinner, I think he's kind of the most normal. Yeah, we love our short king. I genuinely think like Gregor's like the most normal, kind of. They're very level-headed at most times. Gregor. Yeah, and obviously, Gregor has given me insane pulls in my Limbus Company playthroughs, right? So he just gets everyone pregnant. I mean, W. I think for that, he has to be in, like, S tier for me. Even though, like, I don't feel particularly strongly about him, but he's such, like, he's the grounding force of the whole group. He's the grounding force. And obviously, he was, like, Canto 1. He's at the very beginning. I think Canto 1 is, like, okay for the most part. It's, like, fine. It's nothing crazy. It's fine and whatever. I feel like Gregor needs a new moment to shine. I'll be real. I think if there's like going to be like a second round where sinners go into more in depth about things, I think he needs a bit of a glow up. I think he deserves, considering how much, I think Gregor deserves a better story almost. I'm gonna be real. I don't know if that's a hot take. I think Gregor deserves a better story if there's like a second round of like stories to tell. But he's such a grounding force. I really respect that from him. I respect that from him. Outis! Fucking, I'm sorry. I'm putting my bias in this. I'm putting my bias in this. Outis has such a presence in the cantos because they're always glazing up our ass. This is a very personal thing. I just don't particularly care for them that much. To put her 3 more tiers lower. hag violence. It's the overwhelming glaze sometimes is a bit much for me. It's a bit much for me, and I feel like Outis is kind of key in like some moments. So in terms of like significance of like how their words impact everything, I think is higher than a lot of others. But I'm absolutely putting my personal bias into this. I just don't care much for their way of thinking or their mindset. Like sometimes Outis is pretty clever. I'd actually put like Outis's IQ intelligence actually pretty high. It's just the incessant glaze is a bit much. Like Answer might put her in C, but honestly, she still sits at the D tier for me, and I have done all the content so far. I think that's okay. It's fine. Maybe my opinion will change, but I don't really care. I don't really care that much for Outis, unfortunately. My bad. Sorry. Skincare. Oh, our poor little German boy. Our poor little German boy. His canto was really interesting. Chroma, everything. Artificialness, purity, everything was so Trauma 101. Trauma 101. It was crazy. I really liked him go through his cantos. However, as time has gone on, I feel like Sinclair is kind of been put on the back burner a little bit. I think he's probably maybe one of like the least developed at the moment. Well, some of the most least developed. Sometimes I kind of feel like he's there for like, okay, I don't like sometimes that he's written just to be like Ryoshu's translator. It's like, oh, Sinclair, when Sinclair has something to say, it's like, oh, Sinclair translate moment. Or like Sinclair and like something traumatic happens to someone. And it's like, pan to Sinclair because he had to deal with, you know, people of like the company, like, you know, dying or being killed. Or we just saw with the other Intervala, right? Christmas or Sinclair. It's like, why is he always reduced to like the trauma like kid? Or like, it's either Ryoshu's translator or like, oh, something traumatic's happening about one of our companions, turn to Sinclair. Like there's more to him than that. Right? There's more to him than that, I feel like. And so I kind of don't really like I like Sinclair as a character. I'm just not a huge fan of the way he's been written and represented, like, at this current point in time. He feels like the trauma relief character, more like a character with a tendon purpose. I want him to grow. I want him to start shining. And I want him to, like, start coming out a bit more. But I think that's a writing decision more than anything else. But, like, I personally like him. This is another one of those. Like I personally, like, he's the potential man. He's potential man, but I just really don't like that he's been reduced to either Ryoshu translator or the trauma dumping character that we all pan to when something traumatic happens. You know? Like, there's more to him than that. There's more to him than that. Okay? So that is my current feeling towards all of the main cast. If Virgilius was here, he'd be S tier. Just imagine if Virgilius was here, he'd be alongside Heathcliff. But this is my personal view of all the sinners so far. Like I said, this is not like me from love to hate necessarily, but this is like how I feel like they've been written, mixed in with my personal bias or favoritism. It's both of it all together. Like my perception of them so far. And it's been a time. It's been a time. I've been having so fun with Limbus Company. It's been such a good shout. Thank you so much for watching all the content. Let me know if you want to do any more tier lists. Maybe I can rate IDs or something, and we can talk about that, because you guys know. Hey, you all saw the K-Corp Honglu, okay? So maybe I can do that next time, but I appreciate y'all. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace!